All right, let's talk about something kind of wild, the incredible power of our own negative thoughts. I mean, can you actually think yourself sick? It turns out the answer is way more complicated and honestly more fascinating than you might imagine.
Okay, let me ask you this and be honest. You get a new prescription, you unfold that giant piece of paper with the tiny print, and you scan the side effects. And then what happens? A day later, maybe you've got a headache, you're feeling a little nauseous. Is it just a coincidence, or could reading that warning have actually caused it?
Well, the answer is yeah, a big yes. And no, you're not just imagining things. This is a totally real documented phenomenon. And it's time we meet let's call it the dark twin of an effect you've probably already heard of. It's called the nocebo effect, and that name literally comes from the Latin for I shall harm. Think of it as the evil twin of the placebo effect. And the key thing to get here, this is so important, is that we're not talking about imaginary symptoms. These are real physical changes in your body that you can actually measure, all kicked off by just a negative suggestion. And this idea of a dark twin is just the perfect way to think about it. I mean, we all know the placebo effect, right? You believe a sugar pill is a painkiller, and boom, your pain actually gets better. The nocebo effect is the exact same powerhouse mechanism, your belief just flipped on its head and working against you. So let's break it down side by side. Placebo, you expect something good, you feel a benefit, you get a positive result. Nocebo, you expect something bad, you anticipate harm, and you get a negative result. It's the same coin, just different sides. And it's just mind-blowing proof of how deeply connected our brain and our body really are. Okay, so we know what it is, but the big question is how, right? How on earth can a simple thought actually make you feel physically sick? Well, it all boils down to this really powerful feedback loop that gets going inside your own head. And the starting gun for this whole thing is something called negative expectation. This isn't just, a random worry. It's when you actively start anticipating that something bad's gonna happen. Your brain literally latches onto that negative idea and goes on high alert, just waiting for it. And here's how that feedback loop spirals. It's a vicious cycle, really. Step 1, the suggestion. You read that a new pill might make you dizzy. Step 2, the expectancy. You think to yourself, oh man, I get dizzy sometimes. This is for sure gonna happen to me. Step 3, the result. Your brain is now on the lookout for dizziness, and guess what? It can actually create that sensation. And then step 4, the confirmation. You feel a little dizzy and you think, see, I knew it. And that feeling right there just locks in the belief, making you even more likely to fall for it next time. It's a classic self-fulfilling prophecy. So hearing all this might feel a little unsettling, right? Like our own minds are out to get us. But here's the good news. Just knowing about this is the single biggest step to breaking that cycle. Understanding how the nocebo effect works actually gives you the power to fight back. So what can you actually do? Look, this is not about ignoring your doctor or throwing away that side effect list. Absolutely not. It's about being mindful of how you're taking in that information. When you read those warnings, just take a second to recognize the power of that negative expectancy. Acknowledge it, sure, but don't obsess over it. Just remember that your brain is powerful enough to turn a warning into a reality. And by simply knowing that, you can start to see it for what it is, a possibility, not a promise. And that really brings us to the final big question. Because this isn't just about medicine, is it? Think about it. Someone tells you you're about to give a presentation to a really tough crowd. What happens? Your palms get sweaty, you start fumbling your words you knew perfectly 5 minutes ago. That's the nocebo effect in action. It's this incredible reminder that what we expect to happen, well, it has a shocking amount of power to actually make it happen.